Ty, day 4 of fall camp now, and the pads go on, I believe, as of tomorrow. So what did you see in what Elisa Tuiaki and Kalani Sitake jokingly called fake football that impressed you the most?
Well, a lot of it's timing and rhythm with the receivers and quarterbacks, you know, those kind of things. So the recall's been good from our players from last spring. Over the summer, they were working hard on their own, so you can tell they put some time in because we came in and they understood things right away. We didn't have to kind of baby step some of the install in. We still got, you know, a little bit to go, but overall, you know, the recall's been good. The execution's getting there. You put the pads on and everything starts over again. You know, the timing up front. When we put shells on, we don't practice much different than in full pads, so we go pretty hard in the shells, which we've had the last couple days, and the O-lines look good up front in the run game, and you know, it's coming along. So we feel good with where we're at, but we still have a lot of work to do.
How would you assess the play of Tanner Mangum thus far?
It's been good. He's a whole different player than he was last year this time, and great command of the offense. You know, I'm trying to give him as much as I can, so he called the whole 2-minute on his own, and you know, I want him to feel comfortable with what he calls, because when he understands it and he knows it, and he's very accurate and made some really good plays, overcame some long yardage situations, and that's what, as a coach, you want to see. You want to see that guy taking command of the offense, understand what he's looking at, and then call it and be able to execute it.
You mentioned the 2-minute drill, a couple of passes to Matt Bushman, who is quickly becoming one of Tanner's go-to targets early in fall camp. And then once that defense and the linebacker sucked in, goes outside to Micah Simon and then over the top to Talon Shumway. What did you like most about that 2-minute drill that ended with the back shoulder touchdown pass to Talon? Well,
I like the way we mixed the ball around and that he's going through his reads. You know, it wasn't just zero in on one guy. He went through his progressions and found guys and had some big plays in that. So I think they're starting to trust the scheme, and we're starting to feel those little holes and little things with the offense. The receivers are getting a good feel for staying open and not running into coverage. So all of that, you know, is what things you like to see. And then being smart at the end, knowing that the clock's going down, we don't have any timeouts, and taking our shot when we see what we want out there, and then being able to execute that, and Talon going up making a great play.
Seems like you're getting a lot of guys, a lot of reps. What goes into this decision, I guess, this early in camp to get that many guys a lot of reps?
Really, the first 2 weeks are that we want to see what guys bring to the table, and then kind of tweak and match and figure out where they fit best and what they do best, so that we can insert them and give us the best opportunity to be successful. So we're trying to get as many as we can to those guys. We don't practice a long time. We're out here about an hour and 40 minutes, and in that we try to maximize the reps with guys and see what they can do. So sometimes we put them in uncomfortable situations just to see how they react and how they handle it. You know, that might not be the guy you see in that situation come game time, but we want to see the guys that can step up and make plays.
So an hour 40 now. How long did you practice? Did you have any 3-hour plus practices?
No, we never did. You know, it was keep it fresh, sharp, and be efficient in what you're doing, and then get off the field and keep their legs fresh. So Kalani's really good with that part of it, managing their health. We lift every day, so that cuts into practice and meeting time, and in turn, that keeps us from getting a little overboard in scheme. We got to kind of narrow it down and know what we're good at, and then try to refine those things.
Are your sleepless nights decreasing based on the progress that you've made as a coach and as a team from last year to this year?
They do from last year for sure, but there's still, you know, that first game out there looming over your head that you're feeling like gets closer every day, that we got more work to do and more things to tighten up. But overall, excited with where we're at, but still plenty of work left to do.
It's no Austin, Texas, but it's hot out here. Are you ever tempted to join the guys in the ice bath, especially with Mo Langi in there?
No, not at all. I mean, Mo, they got to drain water for Mo to get in so it doesn't overflow anyway. So he actually got some reps in there today, and, you know, Cody's 6'7", and he's looking for the tight end. He's like, I couldn't see anything, you know, and so you realize, I mean, a guy that size can make a difference even if he's just doing nothing but clogging up the middle. So, you know, he's easing into it, but I don't do the ice baths anymore. I mean, that's for young guys.
Did Mo tip a pass? Did I see
Yeah, we
that
saw him bat a
correctly
pass,
today?
right?
I don't know if he did. I couldn't see anything either, so I don't know what happened. But I felt the ground shake when he fell down, so if that counts for anything.
The defense went crazy, so I thought he may have had a hand. They went nuts. Yeah, it was a fun moment.
Somebody batted the ball, but I don't know if it was him. But he did get pushed in our face, and we'll have to go check up at the Irene Sirens building and see if it registered on the
Seismology report.
See if there was any
Seismograph
going on in Utah.
What's it like for your number ones on the occasions that they do match up against the number one defense? What's that dynamic like?
It's always a good matchup. You know, our defense is throwing a lot at us right now. You know, it's hard this time of year because they're trying to put in a defense that's going to stop teams we're going to play. Maybe not do what they would against a team like us. So we're seeing different looks maybe than we would. So the guys are having to adjust. And the speed, you know, Fred Warner coming off the edge on a blitz happens a lot quicker than in a walkthrough with Brady Christensen, who just came off a mission jogging through off the edge. So it's good to get that speed on speed and have the timing kind of happen like it will in a game. The defense is flying around, but we've also had our share of good plays, and that part of it's fun because they compete and they jaw a little bit, and you want to see them competing, so we love that competition.
How would you assess the play of the tight ends thus far?
It's been good. Moroni's, you know, he's a guy that's going to mix in, and we held him out the last couple of days, just a little nick, and he'll probably be back in tomorrow, but that gives the other guys some reps. Bentley Hanshaw, very athletic tight end. He's got to mature and put a little weight on to be able to really handle the tight end position, but he kind of brings another dynamic of a receiving tight end to the group. And then, you know, Tanner slimmed down, so he's looking a little quicker and really, you know, knows the offense. And then Hunter Marshall. So our two guys that really played are mixing in, but then you got, you know, Bushman and Moroni and Bentley are really our receiving tight ends that can really go. So it's a good match. We can, you know, piece those guys in together and keep defenses off balance by not having to substitute 4 receivers and 3 receivers in all the time.
What's the best part of your offense at this point?
That's a great question.
Besides play calling?
Yeah, besides play calling, that's probably the worst part right now. So, I don't know. I think, you know, we do good things, and then, you know, you mix a new guy in, a new group, and the timing changes, and it looks a little different. So I think overall the recall has been good. We're not blowing many assignments. We're going to the right places. Now we just got to fine tune and get there a little quicker, not have to think about it quite so much. So that's coming, and you see it every day. And then, you know, tomorrow we'll put in 3 or 4 couple new concepts, and it starts all over again, you know. So we got to add right now this first week and get to kind of where we feel like we've got enough stuff that we can just pull back then and let them fine tune everything. But overall, the recall is probably the best part. We're not missing many assignments. Guys are going to the right places and understand what's going on.
Who talks the most trash right now? You among the coaches or somebody else?
Man, Reno, I mean, he's nonstop all the time. So it's got to be Reno. I don't really talk. I'm trying to get people lined up and personnel groups in and you know, so the other guys can kind of joke around and get after a little bit, but I'd say probably Reno on the offensive side.
Not a shock.
Meanwhile, you're working, right? You're doing work.
Someone's got to work.
I'm working, yes. I've got other things on my plate.
Thanks, Ty.
Thank you.